Comping on the vibraphone is different from comping on the piano or the guitar. So in this video, I'm going to describe 10 concepts that I use when playing a jazz standard. And you're in luck. I've enlisted the help of my friend Conny Merritt to sing the song Angel Eyes for you, and we will break it down after the performance. Enjoy.
Try to think that love's not around, still it's uncomfortably near. My old heart ain't gaining no ground because my angel eyes ain't here. Angel eyes, that old devil sent, they glow unbearably bright. Need I say that my love's misspent with angel eyes tonight? So drink up, all you people. The drink and the laughs on me. Pardon me, I gotta run. The facts uncommonly clear. I gotta find who's now number one. Excuse me while I disappear.
All right, concept number 1, playing the exact harmonic rhythm of the song. This is the starting point, always, for learning new tunes, and it's your job to know exactly when those chords change. What this does is that it clarifies the tempo and gets everything settled very quickly, and it helps everyone in the band relax. Concept number 2, use good voice leading. Of course, I don't have to tell you, I have a video about that, right? Don't skip around using random chord voicings. The top note of your chord, you should think of it as a melody and try to comp melodically by paying attention to how the top note of your chord voicing moves. Concept number 3, don't play with 4 mallets all the time. Vibraphone is a unique instrument. It's not like a piano. It doesn't go low enough to get the rich harmonic series that creates full sounding chords. 2 and 3 note voicings work very well on the vibraphone. I have a tendency to play the voicings on the vibes as low as possible just because the vibraphone is a very treble clef instrument to begin with. Concept number 4, develop your time feel. You need to be able to switch back and forth from swing eighths to straight eighths to triplet eighth notes to quarter note triplets, possibly even 16th notes and swing 16th notes, all without losing the quarter note. Do da do da do da do da do da do 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 do. Concept number 5, getting the intro and the outro right. The introduction that I played was very clearly in tempo, and I've made a half cadence on the 3rd beat in the 4th measure, and this allowed Conny plenty of time to make the decision that yes, in fact, she should start singing in the next bar. To get the endings right, especially on a tune like Angel Eyes, you need to know the lyrics and you need to know which word the chords line up with. For example, excuse me while I disappear. So in this case, what I was doing was I played excuse me, then I played while I dis, and then I waited for her to sing, but as she's singing it, I'm listening to the pitches that she's using, and I was ready because I don't know what pitch she's going to end on. What she ended up doing was sing Disappear. She sang a little bluesy riff, and she ended on the minor third, but then very subtly slid down to the ninth, from the third to the second or the ninth on the A minor chord. So I played an A minor 6/9 chord voicing that had a B on the very top.
Excuse me while I disappear.
I was ready to play other voicings had she sung another note. If she had sung the root, or maybe she could have sung the minor third. What if she landed on the fourth? There's no rule against that. She could have sung the fifth, the sixth, the minor seventh. And if she was really, really very trusting of her accompanist, she could have sung the major seventh. Concept number 6, voicing the chords to support the melody. Guess what? Just because you're playing chords on the tune doesn't mean you can get away with not knowing the melody. You must know the melody so that you can voice your chords appropriately. One spot in this song where I consistently did this was on the F sharp minor 7 flat 5 chord.
Still it's uncomfortably near.
Right there, the melody goes up to a B over this F sharp minor 7 flat 5 chord. Some people will sing a B, a G sharp, and an A. Others will just sing the B. Some will sing B, B flat, A, so it's passing down chromatically. In this recording, Conny sang B, B, A most of the time, and then one of the times I think she sang B, B, and then went down to the E. But I like to voice it with the B on the top just because it's such a strong note. And if I don't know the melody, I wouldn't be able to do that. I played the voicing without the root. I played C, E, G sharp, and B on the top to support the melody, and it's up to the bass player to play the F sharp to complete the sound of that chord. In other spots, I was voicing the E7 altered chord with the C on the top.
Because my angel eyes ain't.
On the word eyes, that note is the flat 13th over the E7 chord. If I just play an E7 with a B on the top, that's going to clash with the melody that Conny was singing. So I made sure to play the C on the top, and that way it will fit. In the bridge, I also played an A on top of the G minor chord.
So drink up, all you people.
When it goes to the key B major later, on the F sharp minor chord, I played the G sharp.
Have fun, you happy people.
The last 2 bars of the bridge, I voiced the chords with the 11th on top of the minor. So the B flat minor 11, I put the E flat on top, and on the B minor 11, I put the E on top. Some singers find that particular spot very difficult to sing in tune, and that's because it is. And so your job as the accompanist is to help them by playing that note on top of the chord, and then everything will go well, and voila, they will hire you for next gig because they were very comfortable playing with you. Concept number 7. This is pretty straightforward. Rhythmic counterpoint. When the melodic line is moving, then you lay back and just play whole notes or half notes.
Try to think that love's not around.
And when the melodic line is resting or sustaining a long-held note, you have more room to add some more rhythm into your comping.
Angel eyes ain't here.
Concept number 8, increasing the chordal tension as you get to the end of the bar. An example of this, measure 25. Instead of playing a B13 chord on the 3rd beat, I played a B13 sus chord and then saved the B13 for the 4th beat. This adds a little bit more tension and momentum going to the E major 7 in the next bar. Another example of the same thing is in measure 28, where I played an E7 chord on beat 3 and an E7 chord with the alterations of a flat 13 and a sharp 9 on beat 4, as it takes the E7 chord and adds yet another tension tone that needs to be resolved. And then the listener goes, ah, when you get there. It's a nice little touch. Concept number 9, understanding possible substitute chords. The basic rules of harmony are this. You have a melody, you have a bass line. Whatever goes in between, you can actually decide according to your taste. In measure 10, I played F sharp minor 7 flat 5. Many other people will play an F sharp 7 with a sharp 9 chord there. The bass note is F sharp, the melody note is a C, but but there's nothing else telling us what the chord has to be. Sometimes the next note in the melody will tell you what chord you have to have, but in this case we have a C that is held for essentially the rest of the bar, so you are free to harmonize these two notes, F sharp and C, however you want. There's nothing stopping you from playing a dominant 7th chord with the sharp 9 and the sharp 11 or a half diminished. You can choose, and it's totally up to you, and you could do it different every time if you wanted. Everything I just said for the chordal player, it also applies to the bass player. The bass player is free to choose different inversions of the chords if he or she decides they would like to. In measure 16, most people play a B minor 7 flat 5 chord there, but in this case, the amazing bass player, somebody call my name, decided to play an F there, which is the 5th of the B minor 7 flat 5 anyway, so it's still in the chord, and you could play a B minor 7 flat 5 over the top of that if you wanted. But if you're going to play an F chord, it has to be an F major 7, and that is because the melody is an E, and the E is a major 7th over the F. So if you're going to do an alternative harmony there, you just have to pay attention to the bass note and the melody and fill in the gaps in between, and in this case, the logical choice is F major 7. Concept number 10. How much is too much? This is the question that I always had when I was learning. I knew how to play chords, I knew how to play in tempo, but I didn't really understand what comping was about, because I was thinking, well, are you supposed to play weird, crazy rhythms? Are you supposed to mimic the soloist? Which, by the way, I hate that. Please don't do that. Again, here's a situation where there are no rules, but there is precedent. So you have to develop your taste. How much is too much? How much rhythm is too much? What's appropriate? You can't really know the answer to those questions until you've listened to lots of examples of great compers doing their jobs. You need to have a point of reference for yourself so that you can make an informed decision for how you want to comp in a particular situation. The good news is it's fun to try to find out because it involves listening to lots of great music and asking yourself questions about what you like, what you didn't like, and then also it involves playing with people and experiencing what other people do behind you while you're soloing. These are all things that come with experience, and you have to actively seek out that experience. It's a question of taste, and taste cannot be developed overnight. It needs to be developed over time and with patience. So start listening. And with that, I will ask you a question. Who are your favorite accompanists? Which musicians have you checked out their comping and decided that you would like to copy? I can give you a list of some of mine, and they are Barry Harris, Danny Grissett, Aaron Goldberg, Kenny Barron, Victor Feldman, McCoy Tyner, Bill Evans. This list could go on forever. I'm just going to stop it there, but please continue the conversation in the comments. Thank you for watching. Keep the suggestions coming. Please subscribe and have a nice day.
Now, number